set of stocks which has been quite active even today is the rice stocks. You will see KRBL, LT Foods, Satnam Overseas. Some of these stocks are doing quite well in trade. To discuss this, we have Anil Mittal, CMD of KRBL, and we'll also be joined by Gurnam Arora, who is a joint managing director at Kohinoor Foods. Mr. Mittal, let's begin with you, sir. Morning, first of all. Could you tell us what's really going right for the rice sectors? I mean, what kind of pricing trend have you seen over last 2 or 3 weeks? Has there been a bit of an up move that we have seen?
Yeah, there has been an up move in the rice prices because there has been a demand from Iran, and other than the demand, the procurement which was being suppressed by even Saudi and other countries in last 3 weeks, it has come up, and there has been quite a good price rise of about $50 to $80 per ton in last 3 weeks.
Mr. Mittal, good afternoon. Just a two-part question from my side. You know, this time around there is an expectation that the monsoons will yet again be normal, and that has really raised hopes of a better farm output and thereby stable food prices as well. Is there any talk that you've had with the government to free the rice and wheat exports? Because the last time when we spoke with you, you had indicated that provided the monsoon is stable, you will perhaps you can persuade the government to free the export situation. Have you had any talk on that account or anything that you're hearing?
Yes, madam, on a regular term we have been in constant touch with the government to open the export of non-basmati rice. Today the total buffer with the government is 59.1 million ton, which is practically 3 times than the normal norms. The present position is that there is no space with the government to keep the rice, to store the rice. Even people in Punjab, Haryana are really desperate because government is unable to take the levy share which they used to normally finish their levy share in the month of April. More than 40% of the levy share in Punjab is lying as it is, and rice millers are into deep problem. I do not know whether it is a political reason or what reason, because rice is rotting in the godowns, rice is rotting in the open. I do not know. I was quite confident after talking to various government officials and government people that in the month of April and or May they will open it. I think so. We all are now confused that what is making governments not open the rice exports.
Well, let's get Gurnam Arora also in this discussion. Mr. Arora, thanks for joining us. Would you concur with that? And have you had discussions with Ministry of the Food Ministry on exports of non-basmati, and what's the situation currently?
I think I will endorse what Mr. Mittal is saying, that I don't know what political compulsions the government has not to open non-basmati exports. What is the point of rotting all the grains in the warehouses? Supreme Court is also very concerned about it. They have taken up this matter a number of times with the government. But I don't know, maybe because of the food inflation, they have a fear of that the market will slightly flare up. But I don't think there's going to be any impact if the export of, and we are not asking for, we are asking just 5 million tons of non-basmati, and that's the maximum India can export at this point of time. So it is not only that we have allowed exports and export will happen, it is the international market prices. If we are competitive, then only we'll be able to do it.
Mr. Arora, that's for the non-basmati end. What about the basmati exports? What kind of prices are you seeing currently? Because Mr. Mittal also indicated, and we've heard in the past, that the prices are sort of picking up on that account. How much of a pickup are you hoping to see, and what would that do in terms of a translation to your revenue front?
You see, the market this year has not been, I would say, as good as it has been last year. But recently, like Mr. Mittal has said, in the last 2-3 weeks, the market is coming up because earlier, because of these problems in Syria and Libya and Bahrain, a lot of importers were keeping their fingers crossed, and they were not wanting to import the same quantities which they did last year. So they were watching the situation. But I think now the Saudi is comfortable, and most of the Middle East countries which are comfortable, they have started now asking for prices and started looking at imports now.
So on an